Alright, here's the deal. Take these weights. Now every exercise we're gonna do, you're gonna just do 3 sets of like 12 to 15 reps.
Isn't that what we did like last month?
Yeah, well, that's what we do. That's how we're gonna build muscle now.
But there's gotta be more ways about going. Like we did that so many times. Like I haven't seen much progress.
Well, that's how we always do it. That's just the only way.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I'm the best trainer there are here.
Whatever. You know what? There's gotta be better ways of training. Like, I'm not working with you anymore.
You can't walk out on me. What?
You know that is the third client you lost this week. We'll see.
Alright, what is up you guys? KatiaBulks, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this little sit down kind of chit chat video, of course, like throwing in whatever I can. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that intro. Just thought I'd come up with something a little new. So if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. But anyways, yes, we are going to be talking about 5 ways to really ramp up your workouts if they're just becoming a little more mundane to you, or as we probably are all just at home working out. I know there's some states at this point that have opened up some gyms in some places, but I think for the majority of us, we are still working at home. So if that is you, well, welcome to this video. But of course, this can be implemented in the gym as well. So yeah, just keep watching if you want to find out these cool 5 tips. All right, so tip number 1, drop sets. So if you haven't implemented these before, maybe I've heard of them, please start implementing them if you can. If you have a few sets of dumbbells, this will be really easy with that. Or if you're back in the gym, this can be easily done. Now, this is something typically done for the last set of your workout. So say you're doing 3 sets of like 12 to 15 on bench press. You get to your 3rd set of the 12 to 15, you hit your whatever it was, 12 to 15, you drop that weight, so you're doing 25 pounds in each hand, and then you go for about 20 pounds. You pump that out till about failure, and then you knock it down to maybe 15 or even 10 pounds. Now, you don't have to like run the entire rack. That's like another thing in its own, but you can do like 3 different weights down until you're just pretty much fatigued. Now, I do recommend that this is only done on the last set so that you don't compromise your other sets in the workout. Tip number 2 is implementing compound sets. So what is compound sets? Because you've probably heard of supersets, and funny enough, supersets and compound sets are pretty much the same thing, but kind of opposite. And I feel like people may misuse the words, and it's totally okay if you do. I'm not like harping on you, but like the technical definition of when you're doing a superset is you're taking 2 opposing muscles and working them out with each other. Well, not at the same time. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh, Katia. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is like a superset, an example would be you're doing chest and back. So 2 opposite muscles, of course. So say you go do bench press for 1 set, and then you go straight over and do like barbell rows, or you do a lat pull down, something for your back. So you're doing the opposing muscle. Whereas compound sets, you are working out the same muscle, and you can do it either a pre-fatigue into a strength training exercise or strength training into a fatiguing exercise. So say for this example, you are exercising back, and if you want to focus on a certain weakness, and like say during your lat pull downs, you just can't quite get that contraction in your lats, you feel a lot more in your biceps, I would say start with something that's really going to activate the lats. So for example, do a straight arm pull down so that you could really fire up the lats, and then go right into the lat pull down. Now you'll notice, of course, you won't be able to pull as much weight down, but that's okay. You're just focusing on really firing up that one singular muscle. Now you can always also do the compound set where you're first doing the strength exercise, so you can really try to get as much weight, pull as much weight as you can, and then just going and fatiguing it with like those lat pull down or the straight arm pull downs. So you can do it either or, but pretty much a compound set is focusing on like the same muscle, but just doing it again in a set. So it is kind of like a superset, what people probably thought a superset was, but now you know the difference between superset and compound set. All right, tip number 3, negatives. And no, I'm not talking about going over to your mother and telling her how she did you wrong, but I am telling you about slowing down those reps that you are doing. So a negative, what is that? You are focusing on the eccentric portion of the exercise. Now you're like, what is that word? Eccentric. So there's the concentric and the eccentric. So say for example, we're doing dumbbell curls. I'm gonna stand up for this one. So if we're gonna be implementing negatives, say I've got like you know what? Here we go. I got some Diet Pepsi over here. It's empty. All right. Say this weighs 5 pounds. This is the concentric, the eccentric. So the negatives. So do like 1 second up, 5 seconds down. This is great if you're at home working out and you got like only 10-pound dumbbells and then 20-pound dumbbells. You don't have those 15 pounds and you're like, I'm able to curl the 10s for like a lot of reps, but I can't really do the 20 pounds quite yet. Take those 10s and just do the eccentric slower. You are going to feel a burn. It is going to feel amazing. It is one of my favorite things to do with shoulders. I can easily like do flies using 10-pound dumbbells for like 15 to 20 reps if I just busting them out. But if I go up and then I slowly push it down, all of a sudden it becomes so much harder and I'm doing 12 to 15. So this is going to be a really good tool for you to use if you are working out at home and only have a limited amount of weights to use. The next one is rest pause, and these are kind of like a time under tension technique to use when you are exercising. So a rest pause, you typically see it done with maybe squats or bench press because it's something I feel like I see more powerlifters utilize. And there is a reason why. Powerlifters will use it like in a bench press because say for example, when they'll do the rest pause where the bar is right at your chest. And that's because that might be their sticking point where they have difficulty pushing out of the press. This is something that I also recommend for any kind of lifter to use, whether you're just a beginner, you're a bodybuilder, CrossFitter, I don't care what kind of lifting you do. Rest pauses are amazing. And this can easily be implemented even in push-ups. You can just stop at the bottom and then go up. At that stop, you are putting so much more strain on your muscle. It's also gonna cause some tension. So it's kind of like the eccentric, except say we're doing those dumbbell shoulder flies, whatever you want to really call them, lateral raises, that's what they're called. You're going up and holding it for like 1, 2. Again, 1, 2. You can do that any exercise. With a squat, you're pausing at the bottom of the motion. And what that's going to do is also going to eliminate any kind of momentum that you may have gained, because sometimes you'll see with like people who squat, they almost like go down fast just so they can pop back up. By going down, pausing, you're cutting out that momentum that you gain, and it's just pure muscle that's going to be pushing you out of that hole. So utilize those babies. The last one is definitely a fatiguing technique, kind of like doing drop sets. This is something that you do at either the end of the workout or the end of the set. So these are 100s. Now what 100s are, oh my gosh. I remember doing this with a friend on just like, I think we did on leg extensions, and they are murderous. What you'll do is say whatever the exercise is. All right, leg extensions. You're gonna pick already a much lighter weight, and you're gonna just try to bust out 100 reps with as minimal rest in between as possible, and hopefully not having to knock down that weight. So whether you're doing like a set of 50, you have to like just breathe like 10 seconds, and then your next 50, you're just pretty much trying to get an entire 100 reps, literally. So yeah, because of the intensity though of this, I do recommend just leaving it to the end of the workout. So say you were just doing a chest day, maybe you can do chest flies for 100s, maybe you can do bench press for 100, but whatever it is, make that your last, because you're gonna be pretty much fried after that. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed these 5 quick tips to help really ramp up your workouts, hoping this will give you some inspiration to be able to implement in your home workout. So let me know if you did enjoy it. Do give it a thumbs up don't forget to subscribe. And next, I believe either we have a review or a cheat day. I think we have a review first, so stay tuned for that. But then afterwards we may have a cheat day because birthday's coming up. But anyways, yeah, I love you and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.